6 years ago, I quit my corporate job to go to culinary school, and now I'm a food stylist at the Today Show. So I'm going to share 3 pros and 3 cons that I experienced making my big career change. I have a Diet Coke to enjoy while we talk about it, and I'll start with the cons so that we end on a positive note. The first con is definitely the most practical, and it's that I had to take a student loan out to go to culinary school, which for obvious reasons is super not ideal, but it's okay, and it's just what I had to do to make it work. The second con is really just the time that it took me to get back to square one. So I graduated college when I was 22, I worked for a couple of years, and then when I was 24, I quit my job and decided to go to culinary school. I was in culinary school for about 9 months. Right when I finished culinary school, COVID started. So like many others, COVID really disrupted my plans. And at that point in time, my skill set was being a restaurant worker. So obviously not the best time for that career path. So I didn't work for probably another 9 or 10 months during COVID. And then at the beginning of 2021, I started an internship at Food Network, which was, just the best thing that's ever happened to me for so many reasons. I learned so much. I met amazing people, and it's really the springboard for my whole career. But I did that internship for another 9 months. So it was about September when I started sort of entry level in the food media world. So from the time that I started culinary school, I was 24, and it was like 2 full years when I was 26 before I was really starting entry level in the career that I have now. So it was just a pretty big chunk of time to rebuild and start over, and then start at square one again at the end of that period of time. So it was just a big time commitment. And the third con is just the total uncertainty I experienced during that whole chunk of time. So going to culinary school, I really just had to kind of jump without seeing the ground below me. You don't know if it's going to work out. You don't know if you're going to make it work. And I was investing so much time and money and energy into making this big career change. And you just don't know if it's what's going to happen. And I felt so lucky I had my, college degree to fall back on if it didn't. But either way, I was making a pretty huge commitment to have it not work out. And that's almost why I feel like it was never going to not work out. I was going to make sure, because I was investing so much into it. And I was a nanny while I was in culinary school, which was great in a lot of ways. And it was really hard in a lot of other ways to work full time and go to school full time and not make a lot of money and not really know what was happening. So all that to say, the journey is uncertain and it's scary a lot of the time. And that's a huge con of changing careers. Okay, now let's have fun and talk about the positives. The first pro is that I love my job so much. I go to bed every night, truly excited to go to work the next day. And I spend a lot of time thinking about my career, not in an unhealthy way, always thinking about work or whatever, but it's my primary hobby. So I'm always cooking, I'm always thinking, and I'm always really having fun with it. I love what I do. It's so much fun. And at the end of the day, when I quit my job to do this whole thing, that's what I was yearning for, was just going to work and enjoying it and having fun and feeling passionate about it. And that has happened tenfold. I love it so much. I'm so passionate about it, and it feels so good to feel that way. The second pro is that, I did this when I was 24. I'm only 30 now, and I see success so much clearer now. I see people whose jobs I want to have one day, and I have all these ideas for how I can really make it in what I'm doing. And I love my job now. I don't want to leave my job now, but I look at other people around me and I'm like, oh, that's a career that I could see myself having. That's a step I could see myself taking. You see the people around you and you want to do what they do. And I think the scariest thing for me, and one of the main reasons that I did change careers, is because I looked at the people who had more experience than me and who were, above me, and I didn't want their jobs. I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to work towards that. And now it's so much more fulfilling to work towards things that I want, to see success in other people and be like, oh, I admire that so much. I want to have those experiences. I want to do that. It's such a good feeling to feel that way when you look at your path forward. And then the third pro, really, it is professionally, but it's also personally, creating this life for myself and doing this kind of hard thing and taking these steps and taking the time and really putting in the work towards building the life that I want has made me such a more confident person, obviously both in my career, but even in my personal life. So many insecurities that I had before doing this, I can't even imagine having now, because I love what I do. I love my life. I feel passionate about what I'm doing every day. And I think some of that just comes with age, being 23 and being 30. I think is some of the biggest like maturity jump that happens in your life. But at the same time, I also know it has so much to do with the confidence that I have in what I'm doing every day. And I go to work and I feel good about it. And that just builds a type of confidence in you that I think is just the most unbelievable feeling really in the world. So yeah, it's for sure not easy, but changing my life and changing my career and starting over has been really the best thing I've ever done for myself ever. And I think throughout the course of my life, I will continue to feel that way. Like I will see the success that has come from that choice that I made when I was 24. So if you're thinking about it, let me know. Let's have a Diet Coke. Let's talk about it. And yeah, you can do it. Okay, cheers. Bye.